All right, so fire signs, your overall energy for the weekend is the Two of Swords. So this is for you if you're an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So you could be blocked, or maybe you are blocking someone. It also is coming off as indecisiveness or being torn, not wanting to make some sort of decision. You also could be having some sort of trust issues and have your guards up. All right.
Disclaimer, my readings are not for the faint of heart. Must have thick skin.
So you also have the King of Swords, the Five of Swords, then you have the Two of Cups, the Five of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Five of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. All right, so yeah, something about this energy is looking like it is blocked. I feel that either someone feels verbally assaulted or abused, or feels some type of way because of silence. Excuse me. It's like, oh, we fighting with silence. You know, so it could be one of those situations going on as well. And it seems to like ego could be a thing, because I feel like these are two people who maybe have very strong opinions or ideologies. Two people who are very direct to the point where it can be hurtful. Someone's honesty. I just kind of feel like people are dealing with some sort of trust issues. And it seems too like the love is there or the feelings are there, but there's this refusal of letting one's guards down. And a lot of times too, that Five of Swords energy indicates somebody who, or two people who are both acting like they're not into each other. They're being distant or cold towards each other, mean towards each other. And that is all kind of like a defense mechanism. Now, it does look like, you know, you could be guarding your heart. Maybe you feel like you don't want to be hurt. And even though, like I said, it seems like there is this energy of attraction or love that you're dealing with. And even though it's there in front of you, I just kind of feel like neither one of you are willing to let your guards down or open up and be receptive towards each other. And this Five of Wands here is, again, more fighting. And it also kind of looks like some sort of pent up, you know, sexual frustration. Definitely with this, you know, all these fives coming out, there's ego in the way. And even if one of you decides to come forward and talk or whatever the case, it's kind of like a missed opportunity. Maybe someone waits too late to respond to you, like maybe, especially if you initiated something, maybe they waited too late and now you're just like, whatever, like that was 2 weeks ago. I'm not interested anymore. And this person could be having regrets for waiting so long, just kind of like letting something slip through their fingers. You also could be feeling this way. Maybe you feel like, oh man, I had a chance to like express myself to this person and I didn't, or why didn't I do it this way? You also might be in one of those moods where you're replaying something over and over again about the many thousand ways you could have handled a situation other than the way you handled it. You know, you might be having one of those moments. And there is some sort of depression or sadness. Maybe you feel like giving up. Maybe you feel a little defeated, or maybe you just kind of feel like it's better for you to just remove yourself from a situation before it gets worse, or, you know, whatever the case, it just seems like you're walking away from something and you don't want to, but it's time to change or move on. So I feel like this is more so talking about something that could be going on in a relationship, but it also could pertain to anything that's going on in your life. Whatever it is taking some sort of emotional toll on you. And then too, because you have like 555 coming out, like you might be seeing synchronicities of fives, or that is just kind of indicating you having to go through difficult changes. And then with the 8 of Cups here, definitely talking about something transformative happening. So maybe you're having a difficult time and having to make some sort of adjustment to your life or your situation or to your relationship. Whatever it is, it's not easy. And if it's not necessarily, if you're in an established relationship, it could be a breakup. But if it's not about a breakup, maybe you and your partner have to let something go. Maybe you have to give up a home, or maybe your lease is up and the landlord doesn't want to renew, so you have to go find a place. So whatever the case, it just seems like you might be kind of down. And you might even have like a little pity party this weekend. You're just kind of like, woe is me, and feeling sorry for yourself. But it's good, you know, to purge those feelings out from time to time. Yeah, I just kind of feel that maybe you're a little lost. You're not sure where to go from here, especially if you felt like you had something and then lost it. You also could be seeing synchronicities of 2s. Now, if you are happy-go-lucky all weekend, you know, it could just be that it's someone around you that's going through it. And maybe you didn't even notice. Maybe your pride or your ego blinded you from someone else's sadness. So yeah, that could be the case too. But I feel like, you know, you're definitely being pushed out of your comfort zone. If love can't be reciprocated to you, I feel like you're going to love yourself unconditionally, or practice some sort of self-care, but it still seems like you're sad about something. Like maybe you're like, yeah, I love myself, but I'd rather be doing this with somebody. So you could be having a connection with an air sign, especially. Something also could be going on where maybe you moved on from a fire sign. It also could be like timing is off. Like every time you cross paths with this person, they're in a relationship, or they, something happened that seems like it's blocking the two of you from being together. Now, the other thing is that if you do make a love connection to somebody, it's a strong possibility that this person is going through depression. So again, it might not be your energy, but let's say you're connecting with someone. This person could be going through some sort of sadness in their life, some sort of turmoil, grief. Maybe there has been a death. Maybe the relationship ended. Maybe someone just lost their home or their job. So if you do happen to start a relationship and this person's just a little bit distant, it could be because they're still going through something very transformative. Now, there's also the possibility of you connecting with someone through family or while on vacation. Now, if Spirit keeps putting you in difficult or frustrating situations, it could be because, you're going through that metamorphosis. And the universe is putting that pressure on you to force you to change or get you prepared for change. Someone definitely seems to be battling depression or having like these emotional ups and downs. You also could feel at times like you're not being heard. Someone could be doing something for attention, acting out for attention, or acting a certain type of way because they feel rejected. Something also could need your attention when it comes to like a medical condition. And then spiritually, there could be like a spirit that's trying to get your attention. It feels like you're being pressured to make a decision. Like maybe you need to let something go that you want to hold on to. And it also looks like someone is maybe needing to apologize for something. So if you aren't the one having to apologize, maybe someone is having a hard time apologizing to you. It does seem like someone has a very hard time expressing their feelings. Someone is needing to practice more when it comes to expressing themselves. You also may be getting reminders from the universe that you are loved if you were feeling like you weren't. There could also be someone that is praying for you from a distance. Either you are sending prayers out to someone or someone could be sending prayers out to you. You could be at a breaking point if you're single and you want love. I feel like the universe is trying to encourage you, give you little signs here and there, or pacify you in a sense to restore your hope. But I do feel like you're kind of struggling. If you're, ready for a relationship, it seems like maybe you're having a hard time. Try not to worry so much. It seems like you are really worried about some things. Things that you can't change, or things that are out of beyond your control. And that also could be the reason why you feel like you're suffering, is because you want to be in control of something and you have no control over what's happening or how something is unfolding around you, and it's just like really getting to you. If you're an empath, it's possible too that you're just like picking up the energies of other people. And it feels like you're also trying to distract yourself in some way, or deflect, but you really are needing to process some sort of emotions that you might be dealing with instead of trying to like blow them off. Yeah. Again, it kind of feels like maybe somebody is trying to get your attention indirectly, or let you know that they're sad or hurting or in need of something. Or maybe you're doing this, you're doing it indirectly, but you're not asking for help. Definitely a lot of energies in here that represent suffering and silence. So you could be going through something really deep and you're just not wanting to talk about it, or when people bring it up, maybe you're deflecting and you're like, enough about me, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, oh, but I really want to know about you. So yeah, I kind of feel like you're not wanting to let your guards down. I feel like maybe you feel the need to put on an act or a show or wear a mask, and you don't want people to know like what you're really feeling or going through. Now, there is one other metaphysical possibility that someone is intentionally trying to make your life miserable by throwing some sort of evil eye or bad juju towards you. It is possible. So just make sure that your energy is protected and that you're doing things to cleanse your energy or protect it. You definitely could be just feeling things too deeply. So like I said, it looks like you're deciding that you need to move on from something. It also could be if you are in a situation where you're unhappy and every time you try to leave, this person tries to stop you from leaving. Maybe they're like, I'm going to do better, you know, or, but what are you going to do without this? Like, we share resources, or we do this together. You can't do that alone. You know, it could just be that someone is trying to stop you from leaving every time you feel like you're getting strong enough to let go of a situation. If you do end up allowing yourself to become vulnerable, you might put a guard right back up. And I feel like your intuition is telling you that you need to move on from something or somebody, but you keep getting stuck. Trying to see what this is. Like, you feel like something's missing. Well, yeah, just for the most part, be prepared to deal with maybe some sort of heavy emotions, or maybe, like I said, it's not even yours. It could be somebody around you. All right, so let's see what additional messages are coming out. All right, additional messages for fire signs: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right, you have the Temple Path, Door to Spirit, Financial Constraints, Overall Energy, Victory. So the overall energy is indicating a victory, and maybe confirming that something is part of your spiritual path, the things that you're having to experience or go through. It also could be that Spirit is just trying to give you some sort of encouragement if you feel like you're going through a difficult time. In this instance, especially financially. It seems like all of this is still part of your spiritual path. And it's weird, but it does look like Spirit is guiding you towards a lack of resources. I don't know, maybe you're needing to understand, you know, how someone else would feel in that situation. Maybe this is just for stored knowledge, things that you're having to go through. You know, it could just be for your knowledge database. I feel like for the most part, though, this is indicating that despite the things that you're going through, you are going to have a victory. But you're having to experience some sort of difficulties, or loss, or lack of something. And that also could be why, you know, a lot of times people who have had awakenings just kind of hate the spiritual path sometimes, because it's like, you know, spiritual path can restrict you from, you know, material pleasures like love and money, and, you know, all things material. And it's like, it's all so that you can grow and evolve spiritually. So for the most part, though, you know, just try not to be so fixated on what you don't have, but, you know, it's natural to have like moments where you just feel like you need to purge emotionally. All right, so hopefully this helps. Feel free to leave your feedback. Thank you guys for watching. Sending love and grace.